Hello everyone, welcome back to Mountaineer Firearms. Beautiful day out today, so we decided to get out a beautiful Smith and Wesson revolver and have some 44 Magnum fun, Dirty Harry style. See if we can hit anything with it. Oh yeah. I love Dirty. Yep, Smith and Wesson. Model 29-2 44 Magnum. We're safe now. We have fired. All the chambers are empty. Pointed in a safe direction all the time. So this is a Dirty Harry special, I guess you could call it. If you watched our first video, you'll probably remember me saying I'm a big movie fan, and I'm definitely a big Clint Eastwood fan. So I consider this to be the pinnacle of a Clint Eastwood firearms collection. That's just me. I think this one is the one, the baby. When I was a kid, Dirty Harry, Harry Callahan, detective of San Francisco Police Department, he was a very big idol in the movie screens, and he pretty much made this gun famous. And they're very hard to find, I would say, probably because of him. Not that I'm going to blame him for anything. They are a very nice firearm. They're a very nice gun. Very beautiful. I think nothing is prettier than a Smith and Wesson. I've got fingerprints all over it, but nothing is prettier than a beautiful old Smith and Wesson. Now this one is a 29-2. It is pinned and recessed cylinders. I'll try to show you that on the camera. Recessed cylinders means that the cylinders are counterbored. And let me find an empty cartridge here. It will be safe. This isn't empty. Now if you'll notice, when I put that in the cylinder, it fits flush with the back of the cylinder there. So that is pinned and recessed. They stopped doing that on this model, the 29s, I think in the -3s. This has a 6.5 inch barrel. This one was made in 1973, which I'm lucky to have that because that just happens to be the year of my favorite Dirty Harry movie, which is Magnum Force. It came out in 1973. And I think in somewhere around 79, they stopped doing the 6.5 inch barrel and went to just a 6 inch barrel. But you could get these in 8 3/8 inch barrels, 4 inch barrels. I believe maybe even shorter. I'm not exactly sure. But then the Model 629 would be this gun in stainless steel. They came out later. These guns actually were around for about 15 years before Clint Eastwood made them famous in Dirty Harry. And we'll load it up here a little bit more and shoot with it and have some more fun. I've got some 44 Magnum. These are Fiocchi 240 grain jacketed soft points, and these are 44 Magnums. They truck at 1,300 something feet per second, so nothing to laugh at. They do have a little bit of recoil, but nothing that's going to hurt you. Nothing too bad. As a matter of fact, you can load 44 special in this. I'll talk about that here in a minute, but you can put 44 specials in it. And I got some jugs out here that have some water in them. I'm not sure which ones do and which ones don't. I can't remember now, so we'll just shoot some of them. That one looked like it was empty. That might be too. I bet you this one's got some in it. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's always fun. Shoot some steel. Well, it really swings that target. Oh, we have one more round left. I need to be careful, make sure we're pointed in a safe direction. See if I can hit that jug again. Yep, there it is. 44 Magnum, a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun. It does have some recoil, but not too much. Nothing that's gonna hurt you. I remember when I bought this gun, I brought it home and shot probably 2 boxes of shells through it. And it busted my thumb up a little bit. And sorry I have to lean out of camera here to get some ammo, but we definitely want to keep shooting. A lot of fun with one of these big guns, slinging these big 44s. Elmer Keith, name we need to mention on one of these. He's pretty much responsible for designing the 44 Magnum cartridge and everything. He was loading 44 specials back in the early 50s or whatever, at very, very hot loads, and trying to crank them out there as much as he could. So we're loaded now. I've always got everything in a safe direction here, just so you guys know out there. And we'll just take some more shots of the steel gong here, see if we can swing that thing around a little bit. It sure moves it a lot more. 9mm does. And that's it. Just a 6-shooter. But I'm not Jerry Miculek. I'm not planning on being the fastest in the world. And I'm not the best shooter in the world. I just like to get these out here and plink with them. And that's kind of what we want to bring to you guys. Pretty much just a real man's thing. If you go to a gun store and have enough money to buy one of your dream guns like I did, you know, maybe you don't have a whole lot of money to come home and buy 50,000 steel targets and everything, so you just shoot what you got. That's what we do. So we just want to try and be real and keep it real and talk about pretty guns. And I think these, the Smith and Wessons of the old days, are some of the prettiest guns that were ever designed, ever made. A lot of people talk about a Colt Python. Yep, they're beautiful too. I will agree. I do like the rib on the top of a Colt, but nothing is as beautiful as a Smith and Wesson in my mind. You can see them big old 44 cylinders there, and this gun's pretty nice. Let's get back to Elmer Keith designing the 44, because really it didn't become famous till about 15 years after it came out. I believe 55 or so was when this was finally introduced. It wouldn't have been called a Model 29 back then. It would have been the Magnum something. I can't remember. So I'm no expert, like I always say. But yeah, they come out with the 44 Magnum. Remington made the cartridge, and it was designed mainly for handgun hunting and stuff. And I also have some rounds here that are cowboy action shooting 44 Magnum loads. These are they're like a little semi wad cutter looking. They're lead, 240 grain, but they don't have as much recoil, so that's a versatility you get with a 44 Magnum. You can get some loads that aren't as hot, and then you can get some loads that take down grizzly bear with or whatever. If you're a hunter, if you're one of them kind of guys that likes to do that thing, want to get out there with a handgun and try to take a grizzly bear, if you like that, go ahead. But these here, they should shoot a little softer. So if you had some, you know, younger person that you were still introducing to firearms or whatever, you might want to give them some of these. And we'll just try it in double action here a little bit. See if we can do anything with these. Well, that was a little bit smoky. I couldn't even see that plate there after I got done. But yeah, you know, you can buy all kinds of different rounds and shoot them in them. Let me make sure it's unloaded here, and we'll put it in the holster real quick. And I want to show you something about 44 Magnum and 44 Special. If you are afraid of the recoil of a 44 Magnum, this is a 44 Magnum round, and this is a 44 Special round. You can see that the 44 Magnum is just a little bit longer. And the main reason is to do that is so that you don't accidentally load a 44 Magnum hot round into a 44 Special designed revolver. Some revolvers are made for 44 Special only. But if you get a 44 Magnum, you can shoot either or in it, and they'll work just fine. And the recoil, I don't have a whole lot of 44 Special out here, or I would shoot some for you so that you could maybe see in the video what the recoil is different, but I only have just a handful of 44 Special. Matter of fact, even though those were pretty smoky rounds, let's try handful of these here cowboy action loads again. And they're kind of fun to shoot. They don't kick you around too bad, which it don't kick so bad that it bothers you. But if you come out here with handful hot loads, a couple hundred rounds or whatever, it might get a little sore after a while. But it's a lot of fun. 44 Magnum is a blast, if you know what I mean. See the target when you start shooting with them things, but that's a lot of fun. I actually like that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it dirtied up my revolver a little bit there, but you know what, I kind of like that too. Everybody's different. But anyway, yep, Clint Eastwood made these famous in the 70s. I wasn't around then, not that old, but I hear that it was pretty hard to find one on the shelf back then. And to be honest, it hasn't been very easy for me to find one since I've been looking for one pretty much my whole adult life until I finally come across this one on a good price. It was pretty much new when I got it. It had been fired a couple times. It does have a few little character flaws on it here and there, but I like that. It makes it personal, makes it mine. And we'll just load up some more regular 44 Magnums here. Some good old powerful rounds, don't smoke too bad. And neighbors driving by on tractors, but hey, freedom. We're just out here making videos, trying to be real. And I'll pick that up here in a minute. Got butterfingers today. Let's do some more shooting, see if we can think of something else to tell you about this old gun. Boy, that one had water in it. Sure didn't it? I didn't think that did. Yeah, I gotta watch not flinch. There it is. 44 Magnum. You definitely gotta love it. Yep. Talk about if you hear some people talking about Smith and Wessons, they do get a little snobby about these things. Like I mentioned before, this is pinned and recessed. Pinned means that they thread the barrel in and then shove a pin in there. That keeps it in place, so no barrel walk or whatever you want to call it. And then, like I showed you, the cylinders are recessed, so everything fits flush. It looks pretty and nice. They stopped doing that to cut costs and everything, make them more affordable. But there are a lot of things a lot of these guys pay attention to that love these old Smith and Wesson guns. If you hear them talk about the 3 T's, that means a target trigger, a target hammer, and target grips. And this one does have the 3 T's. You can see that the trigger is kind of wide. It flares out right here and gets real wide surface on it. And then the same with the hammer. It's real wide. And that's what they mean by a target hammer. And these are, of course, the old school target grips that they put on them. And I just love steel and walnut. Nothing like a blued, old, beautiful Smith and Wesson. This is just, if you're a Clint Eastwood lover and a gun collector at the same time, I would say you would probably hold one of these pretty special too. And so thank you for watching our video today. And make sure you like, subscribe, and tune in to us. We'll try to make a lot more. And we have a lot of videos planned out, a lot of different guns. We're going to do different things all across the board. But you'll see a lot of Smith and Wessons here, I'm pretty sure. So thank you, and we'll see you another day.